rolling. Hard times, hold 'em up now, pass that whiskey and fill up my cup. Craigslist got everything I own, sitting on their website trying to get a home flight. Last seen July before the fall, now it's been 2 years, ain't nobody's fault. Just spades we pull, just time we do. Choose life over bills, now they pay us due. She said, you look a little older, well I am and a little bit sad. What's wrong with that though, huh? You didn't fall in love with the wolf wearing a halo spade. My spade, yeah, yeah. This feeling don't leave these days, just hangs with her at the bottom of the page. I guess we were built this way to self-destruct and inspire pain. Whoa, that's alright, left the guns in the hall that night. Life on the run is to fall and fight. So just put your hand to the wall at night, kiss them all goodnight. Pop a leg, but fighter of the crossroad, offering to the heartland left coast, giving all to protect what I love most. That's you I lost.
Don't you blame the hard times on me.
And you I lost.
Don't you blame the hard times on me.
And you I lost. See, and I pushed in, I pulled, I walked away, doing everything that I could. In the end, it was all the same. One came early and one showed late. From a bird's eye view, I could see the cards I drew were always spades. All belonged to you from the first deck right down to the end of days. It was just like us to tie a room together by calling it a cage. It was just like us to tie a room together by calling it a cage.
Don't you blame the hard times on me.
By calling it a cage.
Don't you blame the hard times on me.
By calling it a cage.
Don't you play the hard times on me.
Oh, by calling it a cage.
Don't you blame the hard times on me.
Court papers with the stab wounds and all the luggage to match all the blood in the back room. We share a lot this way between the venom, the mouth, and what the spit would say. Spade, these tapes are for you. Record over them to your memories too. Spade, if you were still gon' shoot, would've pulled that trigger, sign a first front tooth. Been through the badlands, ask 'em. Had my share of all they say. North wind, the last call. I know there ain't no other spade.
Добрый вечер, сегодня с вами «Музика ЖиВе», и у нас в гостях человек из далекого Лос-Анджелеса, Rafael Vigilantics.
Oi.
Hi Rafael, thank you for coming.
Hello.
What was your impression of performing tonight?
Here
Yeah.
was people were very appreciative. In Los Angeles, everyone is musician. They're all trying to act. So there's less appreciation. I think you have less fans and more artists there. Mm-hmm. So everything is competition. Whereas here was everyone was happy to see somebody else up on stage.
So, but you say that in Los Angeles everybody is like musician.
Competition, yeah.
Yeah. So, in your kind of music, by the way, you say that you are performing storytelling, in storytelling genre. Yes.
Yeah.
In this genre, do you have a high competition there in USA?
I feel like in my field, I'm pretty specific to what I do. Not a lot of people do the same thing, so it's not so much I'm in competition, it's more that it's hard to find my avenue because people can't put me in a box. So it's hard to explain sometimes what I do unless people see it. And then once they see it, they like it. But until then they might hear, oh, you're storytelling, and they might think that maybe that's boring or it's not for me, I don't know.
Mm-hmm, okay. And in USA, do you perform a lot?
Yes.
In what kinds of places usually?
Anywhere
Clubs,
from
bars, big scenes, festivals?
I played the Roxy and the Echo in Los Angeles, from 500 people to 100 people to small rooms like this, or mid-sized rooms.
And people tend to come to such gigs, tend to visit live music shows, or because I heard that for example, in Europe, not many people are coming to live concerts right now.
Because they're afraid, or because?
No, because they're just not interested.
Yeah.
How about in USA?
I think people, they come to the concerts, but they don't always come for the music. Sometimes they come for the scene.
Okay.
But yeah, the people still go.
So reading about you and about your music, I saw a line that describes your music as a story telling about life between the knife, the love, on the run. So, do you have some background, some history? First, why the knife?
Some of that came on the Spade tapes. I wrote that record in Texas, and I got stabbed in the back while I was making it.
Oh wow!
So some of that is a little bit. There's a story on there about that. And then also the girl that I was with in Texas when I left. I told her I was going someplace to visit, but I never came home. But she knew, and so I wrote her this letter, and it's on the back of the Spade tapes. You could read the letter that she wrote back to me. So our correspondence is incorporated into the record as part of the story.
Okay, and saying that your music is like on the run, do you feel yourself like you are running somewhere, or your life is more like steady, or you are right now in the process of reaching some goals? That's why the run.
I think for me the run is more. It's more about freedom, I think, and less about fear.
Okay.
So it's just more maybe staying ahead of myself sometimes.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, that is deep existential thought.
Sure.
By the way, one of your albums is called The Orgasm of Ghost. Do you have a story about the name of this album?
When you make music, like CK and a lot of people know, you spend a lot of time on a record. His record just came out today. You work on a record for maybe years, sometimes depending on who you are, maybe 10 years, I don't know, 1 year or whatever. But you, behind the scenes, all this work's constantly happening. You're pounding away, hammering away, and then you have the release or whatever, and it's kind of to the outside world, because they weren't there with you for the whole thing, all the bloodshed and the heartache. To them, they don't see anything but just the little shiny, dollop of sperm. So it's, to me, I said like the orgasm of a ghost is like putting out a record.
So you are a ghost?
Yes.
Okay, you position yourself as a ghost.
Yeah.
Okay, that's an interesting story.
Turn they ever send me. How you think we're going up somewhere different? I can't feel my palms, will you read them in my song? And tell me how long we got to get them where they're going. I can't kill birds anymore, the graveyards are talking loud and making sure they swear they ain't walking with me. Orleans, 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 Orleans. I'm all in, lawless, I'm all lanes. Don't let your screen be the brightest thing about you. Don't confuse the magazines with maps on how to find truth. Stay south of the blue lights, but just north of the pyro. Don't assume that everything that happens is about you. Keep walking, alley, hustling, keep your blood about them gushing. Keep your eyes closer than wiser for the men you suffering. Keep your liquor bottles like fruit and really learn to swallow. There's no shallow end to that pool and no less shots you follow. Black out in the white lights. I belong to the blank generation. Stand tall when the fight cross. I belong to the blank generation. Light up all the black ties. I belong to the blank generation. All form for the road, worn in the road call. We don't belong at all. We don't belong to y'all. generation. I belong to the people now. I belong where the fire failed you. I belong where the trumpets sound like the hunger from my brother's mouth. I belong to no one. I belong to no one now. All lanes, all lanes, all lanes. All lanes, all lanes, all lanes. All lanes, all lanes, all lanes. I'm all in, lawless, I'm all lanes. Stay thick in a shallow grave. Draw blood when you pull your blade. These streets are where alleyways were made. We're all lanes. We're all lanes. We're all lanes. We're all lanes. 'Cause we're everything.
Today you performed yourself. Do you usually perform yourself?
Sometimes I have a drummer. I played with a bassist before. I like to be able to perform by myself, but I don't prefer it necessarily. In a situation like this, when it's like, I feel like people are sitting down and I can sit down, and especially if I can tell stories, then it's it doesn't matter to me to be up there alone so much. In a situation like a bigger venue where maybe people are more distracted, it's nice to be able to keep their attention, to have a drummer, guitar player, or something else going on.
Okay, and as for writing music, do you? I saw that today you performed with a laptop and a small keyboard. Yes. And is it enough for you to write an album, or do you prefer to go to a studio and work there?
I love to write at home, but I can do either one. I prefer to wake up out of a dead sleep and write while I'm still sleeping.
Okay. So in fact you don't need studio to write an album. The last album was EP, which was released
maybe a year ago. I don't know.
When do you plan to release?
April 24th. I have a new record coming out on a record label. Yes. When I get back from this tour, on they're called Blank City Records. They're like a psych rock kind of record label. And they print the record on, I don't know if you are familiar with this, but back in the day they used to bootleg X-rays when there was no vinyl, so they would print. So my record will come out on limited edition X-rays. So there'll be all the bones of a dog and the bones of a snake, and you'll be able to get it, and it'll come with digital download as well.
Oh, it's going to be a piece of art, I believe. Yeah. And maybe my last question to you would be, how come that you decided to come to Ukraine?
Well,
it's so far from Los Angeles.
I was fortunate enough to be able to come. I knew CK was coming, and so he's like a brother of mine. So any chance to jump on the road with him was more than welcomed. I knew that we were going to have a cool time, but more so it was honestly no one that I knew that had toured had come through here. And so I wanted to come too. Like I heard he was coming, and I was like, I gotta go. I gotta see. Like,
oh, you felt it.
Yeah. So I wanted to come see, and we've been so happy. I have the best food we've had, such warm, welcome people, and very appreciative.
Well, yeah.
I'd recommend it. I mean,
try drinking milk.
Yes.
Yeah, you have to compare it with the American one. Okay. So thank you for coming. Thank you for coming here in winter. Through the snow.
Yes.
And thank you for performing, and we will be really glad to see you again here.
Awesome. Thank you for having me. We look forward to coming back.
Спасибо, что смотрите нас. Да, мы здесь не одни. Подписывайтесь на наш канал «Музыка ЖиВе», смотрите передачи, оставляйте свой фидбэк. Нам всегда интересно узнать, что бы вы хотели спросить у наших гостей, какие вопросы у вас есть, может быть, какие-то скандалы, интриги, расследования вас интересуют. Мы будем рады быть для вас лучше и интересней. До встречи в следующей передаче.
stay busy somewhere between the wind and the whiskey. My heart, it sounds like a semi-truck's been dragging a shovel round. In my eyes, all they see is the color you were wearing when you left me. Through red lights and districts, you came and went, but I was born into this. Oh, into this. And all I'm saying is, won't you go out and turn those porch lights on, so I can come back home and stop living alone. When we ain't got long, won't you go out and turn those porch lights on, so I can come back home and stop living alone. When we ain't got my lovers, they all left me like San Francisco broken through a levee hands. My friends, they say I drink too much, gone in an early grave where there's no catching up. And my father, he was a buffalo. Oh, I shot him down right there on the grass he roamed. Yeah, it's true, what they say of me. You stay away from me if you believe in anything. Oh, anything. And all I'm saying is, won't you go out and turn those porch lights on, so I can come back home and stop living alone. When we ain't got long, won't you go out and turn that porch light on, so we can come back home and stop living alone. When we ain't got long, you know we ain't got long. You see, all my drugs, they have angels, and all my friends, they move north. And now I'm sitting here with two halos, cause I'm smoking and I'm drinking on your porch. And I'm wondering, will you ever come out here? I'm wondering, will you ever come out here and turn that porch light on, so I could come back home? Won't you come out? Won't you come out? Won't you come out? Won't you come out? Won't you come out and turn that porch light on, so I can come back home and stop living alone. When we ain't got long, you know we ain't got long. No, we ain't got long.